IPL fever is everywhere, as always, across India, across the globe as well. We've done a lot of interviews, guys, on the physical platform, one-on-one, plenty of others as well. We've then moved digital, which is where we are at the moment, but we're also then moving to Web 3.0. And I think that's going to be where the future lies. And that is exactly where the future has already gone if you're a Gujarat Titans supporter, if you're the Gujarat Titans themselves. And I've got two people today on this call who are going to tell us a bit more about not just the Metaverse, but Web3. And to understand it a bit better, it gives me immense pleasure to welcome Gianna Valentina, the Director, Marketing and Partnerships, on this call as well from, of course, the platform that we're all using on Web3, which is Spatial. Gianna, welcome. Great to have you here.
Thank you for having me. Very exciting times.
Yeah, really, really exciting times. Thanks to you guys as well. And Sid Bansali, Siddharth is the founder at Noesis.tech. He's also the CTO at Zoom Media. Sid, great to have you here. You guys have been instrumental in bringing the Gujarat Titans dugout to life. So can't wait to pick your brains.
Thank you so much for having me, Suhail. It's going to be an exciting conversation we're having today.
Yeah, love it. Absolutely love it, guys. So, Gianna, maybe I'll start with you. Just tell us a bit more about Spatial. What is Web3? Am I even using the terminology correct? Because we've all heard of the Metaverse. I mean, I've got my hands on an Oculus Quest. I love using it. But just tell me a bit more about it.
Yeah. Spatial is a Web3 platform. So we hear the word Metaverse all the time, but what are we really talking about? The Metaverse is really Web3. Web3 is the internet essentially in 3D. So what we're used to is looking at the internet in a 2D format, photos and copy, and we might be able to write a response. But in Web3, you're able to share and engage in a 3D format of the internet in a more dynamic way, just like the Titans dugout. If I told you about their logo, you may be interested in it, but if you were able to experience it and share and talk to your favorite team in one space, now that's the 3D internet. And that's the opportunity we saw the Titans completely took over this last month.
Yeah, you talked about experiencing a logo, and I don't think we would have even understood what that meant unless we were in that room. And Sid, I experienced it. You see the mountain peak of the Gujarat Titans, the logo come about. 50,000 Indians experienced this. And this was a first. It was a first for sport. It was a first in India as well. How did it come about for you?
So, it all happened very organically. We got an opportunity of working with the Titans. We knew their logo reveal was coming up. It was already a very challenging brief because revealing a logo happens once in a team's lifetime. Right? We knew we had to do something really special. We were in the middle of COVID. We knew a physical event or something offline wouldn't really cut it. And everything on Web 2 was just underwhelming. Yeah. I mean, as Gianna very well put it, the Web 2 is just a web from a third person's perspective. Right? I can look at a picture of the logo. I can read something about it. But looking at Spatial and realizing it gave us the ability of allowing people to experience the logo in 3D as if he was standing right next to it was the spark that gave us all this excitement to do it. And that's really where it came from, saying, hey, can we actually let people experience the logo and experience the brand?
I've got to say, I'm going to be a little corny here and say you wanted something special, so you turned to Spatial. I'll go with it. I'm going to just throw that out there, guys. It had to be done. But Gianna, just tell me how you guys did it, because you've got Sid on one side of the world right here in India. You've got you on the other side of the world. How did it all come together?
Well, it's very funny, right? Because that's what makes Web3 special. The Titans are so innovative, and as a new team, you have to innovate in the space, right? I swear it was our Monday morning, and we're like, wait a minute, how are 50,000 people jumping into this room? And it was the Titans dugout. We quickly became aware how passionate the fans are experiencing this, but at Spatial, we want to be the most accessible. So you can create a 3D model and drag and drop it right into Spatial to start experiencing. Nice. So, I think the team could communicate this, but it was very exciting and such a huge response internationally.
Yeah, it's funny, right? Because I remember talking to Sid and the team when the launch was happening, and I went, well, I've got an Oculus, but how many Indians can actually use and get on the platform? And he said, well, hang on, you don't need it. You could just literally click on the link with your laptop. And that to me was awesome, right? Because you could experience being in the same dugout room as Hardik Pandya, Shubman Gill, Ashish Nehra, seeing this Gujarat Titans logo unveil itself, but you didn't necessarily need all of the expensive tech that came with it. Sid, I mean, just going into the planning, the execution, some of the learnings, what was it for you that really excited you?
Credit to what Gianna and her team have achieved. Spatial is an extremely robust platform.
Yeah.
So even though we had no actual collaboration with the Spatial team at that time, because things were moving so quickly, and I think that's what really made it the game changer for us. You know, there was no, I mean, there are other platforms we evaluated, but given the fact that Spatial was accessible to anyone with specific VR hardware or without specific VR hardware, the fact that it was something so quick for us to deploy on and to use, it was really, it was a no-brainer in saying this is the platform that we're going to go ahead with. And I think it proved itself. You know, the minute we launched Spatial, the platform sustained all the traffic coming in. It didn't go down, it didn't crash. It was truly a delight to work with the platform.
Awesome. That's great to hear, guys. But I just want to know now what's next, right? Because we've seen this logo unveil. I just want to know what more can be done, Gianna, maybe on Web3. What's the scope? How large is the scope?
I think what's happening with the Titans is very fascinating because what is, as we start looking at the internet in 3D, we realize that fans have a point in the conversation where they're not passive consumers. Yeah. They can be active co-collaborators. So you think about your fans and you say, you know, you can be in the room with the coach. You can be in the room with the players. I truly think what the Titans are doing is so innovative that other teams and other fans are going to demand these experiences, right? No longer are we going to be separated from our favorite teams, but we're going to be active participants, you know, in the game, in the dialogue. You know, what do you want the jerseys to look like in the future? You know, what is the next version of creation with your fans? And I think that's the real opportunity, and every other team should take note of what the Titans are doing because they're truly innovators in the space. And as the space continues to evolve in Web3, we're going to start to see other players, you know, start to engage more robustly with their fans.
To talk about what happens next, we've got an entire slate of programming that we're going to be running within this virtual space. It has evolved into a different engagement platform that is far richer, far better than the Instagrams and the Facebooks and the YouTubes. Exactly as she said, we're going to allow fans to engage with players before the game, players after the game. Imagine you're actually going to be able to go next to Hardik Pandya and clap for his incredible six, or go to Shubman Gill and cheer him on because of his innings and because of his spells. We're so excited about what's going to happen, and we're writing the playbook of what sports engagement is going to look like for Web3 every day as we move ahead.
Guys, you're writing the playbook. You've already talked about a bit of it, but I'm just tempted to put this baby on and get going. I just want to pop that on, jump into Web3 and experience it. Are you good to do it?
Let's do it. I'll see you.
Love it, guys. Love it. I want to see what your avatars look like as well on the Metaverse, on Web3 as well. So, guys, let's do it. All right, guys. We're in the Metaverse and I'm loving what I'm seeing. Hey guys, hey. Let's get those moves going. Let's get those. Yeah, let's get it. There we go. Oh yeah, that's it. But guys, this is awesome. I mean, this is better than I thought it would be. I remember it at the launch when I was sort of logged in through my laptop. But Sid, Gianna, just tell me how you guys came up with the concept of this room, because now that floating logo of the Gujarat Titans looks amazing. I think you're right, it brings the logo to life, right? And I don't think I would have sort of seen that come to life otherwise.
You can actually go stand next to it and you can take a picture of yourself.
There you go, Gianna's going to do it for us, yeah. I like
just
it.
Imagine when the Titans win the IPL, we're going to put the cup right there.
Trophy. That is
the trophy's going to go right there. Right there is where the trophy's going to go. And if we actually play our cards right, we'll probably throw a Web3 party. If they win at the end of the season, you'll have a DJ up there, we'll have music. It'll be the most immersive party ever.
All right, guys, so we've got a feel of the room now. I just want to know, how can brands start to use this? Because I've heard the term meta-commerce. Gianna, do you guys want to just throw some light on what meta-commerce is? How can brands start to sort of do what you guys have done with this space?
Yeah, when we think about the future, especially as digital experiences become more robust, there's going to be a whole new marketplace of goods that people are going to want to interact with, right? You may want your digital jersey and your real jersey. So when you're hanging out in your favorite clubhouse, you're able to wear the things that represent your favorite team. And that's going to become more interesting as fans are buying tickets for digital experiences and physical experiences. Really, I mean, fans are going to be able to have digital goods and real goods. And that makes it more exciting as we start to interact with our teams more robustly.
That's awesome. It's funny. I'm sort of looking around to all these corners of the room. It's built beautifully. I mean, it's built like an architect would build, or the perfect studio setup in our IPL studios as well. Sid, how long did it take for this to come to life?
Oh, so there's somebody we're working with who's taught us about this thing called Ready, Fire, Aim, right? We didn't really know much about the possibilities of the platform. And he just said, go for it. Let's just build whatever we can. And all this came together in about 2 days. That's it.
Wow.
Right? And we didn't even know if it would translate effectively. And you can kind of see, right? We've got 4 corners over here. Each one of them is going to become an activated space. And you're going to have a selfie center over there. You're going to have maybe the jersey, which recently got launched, is going to sort of pop up over here. You're going to be able to stand behind the jersey and wear the jersey in your virtual self. So, yeah. And we're going to expand the room as well. One cool thing about Spatial is that this room can change tomorrow. Right? Because it's not physical, it's virtual. So I can add extensions, I can make it bigger. And that's the power of Web3. That's the power of digital.
This is a first for me, I've got to say. You're already broadening the horizons. I'm loving just wearing this Oculus Quest, chatting with you guys on Web3. I'm going to give you a high 10. Jenna, come on. Get those arms out. There you go. Big clap. Let's go, Sid. Yeah. A big high five as well. Yeah, for the Gujarat Titans. All right, we're back on 2D. Disappointingly, I've got to say I liked the Web3 version, guys. I'm now glued to it. I think you've got to convert the rest of the country as well, because you've got to convert in me, Gianna. This was brilliant. This was absolutely brilliant. Really, really loved it.
Thank you. I can't wait to see you in Web3 more. And that will share more dynamic experiences this way, right? It's just not enough going from 3D to 2D. Once you hop back, you're like, actually, I want all of my experiences in 3D.
It's such an exciting experience. Every time I'm in that space with different people, I realize new things. I realize new ways of connecting. And it's just so new. It's real. It's present. I actually felt you were standing right next to me. Presence is a completely different ballgame, right? Looking to your left and they go, hey, how's it going? And looking to your right and giving you a high five. I can't do that on a Zoom call or FaceTime or any other platform out there today. And doing that with fans and their cricketers and their idols, oh man, it's going to be insane.
Guys, I've got to say that was more fun than I thought it would be. Web3 is definitely for me as well, but looking forward to what else you guys are going to throw out, what the Gujarat Titans have in store for us through this IPL. But for now, from Man's Life, from me, Suhail Chandhok, from Gianna, from Sid, from everyone else that brought this to life, it's time to sign off and see you guys real soon. Watch this space for more great stuff coming your way.